What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Dislyte. This is a brand new turn-based hero collector brought to you by the same exact team that brought you AFK Arena. So they are back once again with all of those lessons learned, hopefully, hopefully from AFK Arena with a brand new title, fresh start, new foundation, and I'm here for it. The second that you log into this game's polished aesthetic and soundtrack just oozes all up in your face meat. And like I said, I am all for this game because you guys know, or you might not know, one of my dream settings for a hero collector is futuristic fantasy, which this game absolutely nails. And to sweeten that whole pot up, it added an amazing soundtrack. So at its core, right, let's be clear before I start hyping this game up too much. At its core, it doesn't necessarily do anything different that you've never seen another turn-based hero collector gotcha game ever do, right? It's pretty typical when it comes to that. But the game, what kind of sets itself apart from all those other games is this level of polish, right? It's kind of like, remember old school Blizzard, not modern day Blizzard, but remember old school Blizzard? They were all about taking an existing kind of gameplay loop and then just polishing the heck out of it. And that's kind of what the AFK Arena team did with this title. They didn't necessarily reinvent the wheel or anything. When it comes to the combat, like I said, very typical turn-based RPG. You got heals, you got debuffs, you got attacks, you got basic stuff when it comes to turn-based. But the polish, the setting, the soundtrack is just what makes this game just a little bit more special. It really reminds me of El Chronicle. Remember that game where I was like, why on earth did this game waste so much of its budget on the soundtrack? I love it, right? Same exact thing. This is another game where I'm like, dude, you guys spent so much extra funding on the soundtrack of this game, and for what? You know, it's one of those things where I feel like it doesn't show up on it's an NBA term. It's called the intangibles, right? It's not anything necessarily you can point to gameplay wise that makes this game special, but it feels special. Does that make sense? Hopefully. One quick disclaimer, or a couple of quick disclaimers while we're here. I am playing the game on Nox emulator, Android 9 64-bit. So if you want to play the game on emulator, that is going to be your emulator of choice. Could not get it to work on BlueStacks. However, Nox does not have any graphic settings. So what you see right now on your screen is the game looking its absolute worst because there's no graphic settings whatsoever. Now, when you play the game on your phone, there are different graphic settings, including an extreme graphic setting that is not quite unlocked yet. So hopefully in a future patch, that's going to be unlocked. So the game is going to look even better on your cell phone in the future. Because if you guys didn't know, this game is currently in a no-wipe open beta. So the game is obviously going to change. I know I saw a lot of people that were really kind of upset with the fact that you don't even get enough currency to get a reasonable 10 pull anytime, like probably maybe right around day 3, day 2.5, maybe 3 is where you're going to get enough currency to do a 10 pull. And I think it's just because we're only in open beta. I feel like once we get closer to the actual global launch, let me throw this bad boy in autoplay. Once we get actually closer to the global launch, there's going to be a lot more rewards and login bonuses and things of that nature. Your reward for playing right now is being able to play early, basically. Hopefully. AFK Arena, don't make me look like a fool. I'm trying to have you back. So that is that. But yeah, I do dig the combat. This is like one of the rare games that I didn't mind playing in portrait mode on my phone, because there's something about just kind of vibing along to the music and the soundtrack filled with vocals. It just, I don't know, it just makes grinding a little less tedious. Now, I still do want to see some quality of life features in this game. So far, there are no sweep tickets, and if I didn't mention before, this game is a stamina-based hero collector, not an idle game like AFK Arena, but there are no sweep tickets. There's no way to amplify how much stamina you use per stage. Both would be welcome additions. I feel like that's one thing that I think, you know, a lot of game companies don't want you to just log into their game and just sweep and just log out. Okay, how about allowing us to multiply how much stamina that we use per run? I think that's a nice middle ground as well. This game lacks both of those. So hopefully that's something that's added, because this game reminds me a lot of Summoner's War. It reminds me a lot of Summoner's War, where it feels like it's going to be one of those games where you're sitting at your phone or your computer constantly hitting retry over and over and over again as you grind for relics, aka runes. Yes, that type of system. So I'll show you that as soon as we go ahead and end this guy's life there. GG, very nice. I'm definitely digging this title though. Very cool. Came at the right time. I was like, dude, I have no games to play. Zero. All I have is Exos Heroes. That ain't enough. So let's go over here to Ritual Miracle, and like I said, this is going to look very familiar. So here are all the different runes that can drop from this specific boss. You have an attack set. You have, what is that? An increase AP set, and then you have a speed set. This boss over here has a lifesteal set, a healing set, and I think that's a cooldown set. So yeah, you're going to be grinding the stage over and over and over, trying to get the highest rarity relic you can possibly get with the perfect set of stats as well. You're looking for percentage crit, you're looking for percentage attack speed, that kind of stuff. Oh man, I got flat stats, but it's high rarity. What do? One of those games, right? So keep that in mind. I know a lot of people are kind of like anti that type of thing. It also took another thing from Epic 7. So Epic 7 has that kind of, you know, grind where you're trying to grind for the perfect gear drops. It also is a dog walking simulator as well. I'm not sure how bad it's going to be, but considering, like I said, the game doesn't have any type of quality of life features when it comes to grinding, it worries me a little bit. It does give me a little bit of concern. If you don't know exactly what a dog walking simulator is, I'll show you what it looks like live, but I'll explain it while we're fighting this boss, who looks fantastic, by the way. This game is for sure gonna get copyright claimed when it comes to the soundtrack, but I felt like it was necessary. As long as it's not a strike. I can do claims, no strikes, please. Lyrics and vocals and everything. Very nice. All right, so for everybody that's never played Epic 7 before, dog walking simulator, right? Let me kind of show you what that be and why I hated it in Epic 7, and I hope it's not that big of a deal in this game, maybe. So let's go home real quick here. Speaking of going home real quick, this game's performance when it comes to the app itself is like god tier. Like every single menu is super snappy. Right now I'm kind of playing World Flipper, and going back and forth between World Flipper and this game, the polish and the performance and the speediness of just kind of flying through the menus with no loading screens, it's not even in the same stratosphere. Like Dislyte blows World Flipper away when it comes to that, but we're not talking about that. So check this out. So my 3-star character here is maxed out. In order for me to take him up to 4 stars, I am going to require 3 3-star units, but I only got 2. How do I make another one? Time to go dog walking. So what I'm gonna have to do is take this 2-star character. I gotta max him out first because you cannot use a level 1 character to tier up to level 3. The fodder can be level 1, that's fine, but the base character has to be max level first before you can make it a 3-star. So eventually you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna need, you know, 2 2-stars to make a 3-star, 3 3-stars to make a 3-star, 4 4-stars to make a 4-star, etc, etc, etc. Dog walking all the way through. So don't get rid of your trash and your fodder units. You are going to need them to star up and rank up your main team, which I did not like at all in Epic 7. I really kind of despised it. So let me kind of give you an example here. So let's just go over here to chapter 3, just for giggles, to kind of give you a feel for what this is gonna feel like. This is dog walking right here. Go in here, drop all your main units out of your team, and then take a bunch of these fodder units, put them on your team like so, go into a quick match, and dog walk them. Now, you do get a nice good chunk of EXP, but it does slow down. So I would, if I had to guess, I'll probably get level 6 to about level 8 from this one stage. But then when you start getting a little higher and closer to 20, it does slow down. I would, if I had to guess and estimate, it's like right around 6 to 8 6 or 8 stages worth to get them from level 1 to 20. So it's not a lot, but that's just 2 stars. Remember, you're gonna have to also do this to the 3 stars eventually. Then you're gonna also have to do this to the 4 stars eventually. So that's why I don't really like dog walking simulators. They're kind of annoying, but I guess we'll see what happens when it comes to events and whatnot. There are special types of universal fodder units that you can use to substitute for your star ranking fodder. So that's the thing that can kind of alleviate some of the grind. Some of that is already available in the Labyrinth shop and the PvP shop. You can buy just a flat out 3-star fodder unit, so you can kind of skip this whole grind. So, you know, we'll see how bad it is long term. Ah, man, I should have brought a healer. Come on, Artemis, you got this. There we go, we're good. Dog walking complete. But there you go, that's kind of how that breaks down there, like so. So let's see how many levels we got here. We got exactly 8. So you'll keep on doing that until the level 20 and then fodder them out as fodder for your 3 stars. And then, like I said, move on up to the 4 stars and 5 stars, etc., etc. So that is that. So far in the video, we showed you story. When it comes to the actual gameplay modes, ritual miracle, I already showed you that. That's going to be where you kind of grind for relics. There's one more area that's going to open up a little bit later in the game. So looking forward to that. There's a thing called Sonic Miracle. This is a place where you can kind of get ascension materials. Every single hero or Esper in this game has their own element type. So you'll grind these stages to kind of farm this material, and then those materials are used to increase the power of said character. And I'll show you what that looks like right now because the menus are so snappy. It's really easy to do. So here's the ascension levels, right? So grind up this. I need 18 more of these. I can ascend, and that'll increase the level of my little ultimate skill there as well. Rinse and repitan. And like I said, all these characters have different little element types in order to power up their ascensions, and then different days have different stages open depending on which day it is. Very straightforward. In addition to that, of course, the game is brought to you by the AFK Arena team. So there is Cube Miracle, which is basically a labyrinth mode, exactly like labyrinth mode. You go through these stages, you can recruit other characters to join your team to help you out. You go in these little nodes, you defeat enemies. You go in these little nodes, you get runes. Now, the cool thing here in this game that sets it apart just slightly is that when you loot the runes in this mode, you have to equip them. You don't just get everything. So you kind of have to mix and match which runes you want to put in your character, which I think is pretty cool as well. So I'm actually going to do a full run of this on video, so I don't want to kind of spoil this, but this is basically, once again, labyrinth mode brought to you by AFK Arena, one of the finest to do it. Little extra gameplay waiting for you right there as well. And then last but not least, of course, you got a little bit of PvP action. Very straightforward. Let's just find somebody that we can beat up on. We're going to beat up on you. Jump into the little mode here. You can play on manual, or you can just throw it on autoplay depending on how you want to roll with it. Very easy. Just waiting for my girl Artemis to take a turn. This guy's so much faster than me. That was really rude. I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself. Heal myself again because why not? Dude, they're so much faster than me. I need to get myself a speed set. Why am I so slow? Oh yeah, look at this. This guy right over here, he's all about killing people in succession. So if he kills someone, he gets another attack, which is very, very nice. Down you go with the freeze attack. Where is my Artemis, B? Why were you last? I need to get her a speed set. So, of course, I gotta grind that stage. Very nice. So that's PvP, right? Nothing too special there. Beat up on everybody that you can beat up on, get rewards, and then use them in the shop to buy things. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. These are, I think it's this one, the 4-star. These are the ones that you can use to replace for ranking fodder. Maybe one of those. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually gonna buy one of these real quick. Buy gold record. That is gonna be the summoning currency there. So there you go. And then of course there's your friends list. Very straightforward. If you guys want to be my friends, FG3000, UID 23930. Don't steal my account, please. But that's pretty much the entire game, right? Story. I showed you all the different gameplay modes. The plaza is like the gift shop here, or the cash shop, I should say. Ain't no gifts in here. You got to spend money for these gifts. Nothing too crazy. Like, it's really just this. This is pretty much the only thing that's in the shop right now. No, in AFK Arena, that's definitely going to expand, though, so I wouldn't get too comfortable with that. There are bounties that you can take on as well. These bounties allow you to kind of select your own quest for the day. There are different rarities, green, blue, purple, etc. Obviously, the purple ones are going to be slightly harder to do. And, of course, the rewards are going to scale based on that as well. And then lastly, guilds are not quite in the game just yet, but that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice little look at Dislyte. Off to a pretty decent start, I gotta say. I'm looking forward to seeing what else this game has up its sleeve here. Let's see. Can I get... Oh yeah, we're good. Multi-pool, baby. Game's off to a pretty solid start. Cannot wait to see what the AFK Arena team has in store for us. They have the budget, they have the know-how, they have the experience. Let's see if they can make yet another hit. So here is the full summon animation here for you. Like I said, it'll look better on your cell phone. Let's see who we get here. Yashuna, Tang Yun, Hall. 2 copies of Hall. Duplicates allow you to increase your skill levels. David Johnson. Hey, you're from Exos Heroes. Freddie Fenrir. Dude, what a shaft of rune. I might try to find one of these characters, see if they're worth using, but man, what a shaft. And there you go. That is that. There's a little 7-day login bonus going on as well. So I'll get 2 more gold records tomorrow for summons, a rune pack, one of these little 5 stars. Yep, that's very nice. And then you get a Chang'e on day 7. Love to see it. So I am out. I thank you guys a ton for watching. Highly recommend Dislyte. Like I said, the game is in a no wipe open beta. What do you have to lose? I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.